I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah. What am I gonna do to deal with these gatekeepers?
Oprah is no longer in the business of staying up on the news. She's reading undoubtedly from blue cards her staff gave her. That's how the Oprah Winfrey show was shot.
Oprah Winfrey goes nuts after Ice Cube reveals secrets about her. Ice Cube, known for his outspoken nature, has exposed shocking secrets about Oprah on various platforms.
That they never want to have me on their platform again.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. You know, I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but...
You'd be a good booking for them.
I've been on there before.
Yeah.
You know, it's just when I've became an independent thinker.
Ice Cube recently appeared on Tucker Carlson Today, where he exposed the politics of Hollywood and how powerful elites control the industry. He revealed that certain gatekeepers decide who gets opportunities and who gets blacklisted. Cube shared that he was excluded from the Oprah Winfrey Show and The View because some hosts, including Oprah, didn't want him there. He emphasized that Hollywood isn't just about talent, it's about who you align with politically.
You know, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know.
On Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's really
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
I really don't know. You know, that's something that I would love to find out. But I can't tell you there's a single thing that I've done or said to her.
Have you noticed that it is more controversial to criticize Oprah than to burn the American flag?
Really?
Seems that way. I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah. Do you think it's political or do you think it's deeper than that? I mean, you're not like a right winger.
No.
No?
No.
You don't even seem that political.
No, I'm not really. I'm pretty much, you know, just want to do right by the people, you know. So if that comes through political means, that comes through the private sector, wherever it comes, you know, I'm down to work with whoever's down to do something right for the people.
Ice Cube has spoken out about how Hollywood's elite have systematically shut him out of major platforms because he refuses to conform to their politics. He revealed that his independent mindset makes powerful figures in the industry uncomfortable, leading to his exclusion from shows. According to Cube, Hollywood isn't just about talent, it's about aligning with the right people and agendas. Since he refuses to play their game, they try to silence him. His revelations expose the industry's hidden control tactics, sparking discussions about censorship, power, and the price of true independence.
You know, I've been shut out.
Wait, that sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club. So I have to go places for one, that I'm welcome, and where I can voice my opinion without somebody, you know, saying I'm a bad person and that they never want to have me on their platform again.
Over the years, he has shared his experiences with the industry's power dynamics, which are often dictated by a small group of elites. These gatekeepers, according to Ice Cube, control who gets a voice, who gets opportunities, and who is silenced. For years, Cube has been fighting to tell the truth about these systems, and now he's taking the opportunity to expose these forces publicly, refusing to let Hollywood continue its unchecked manipulation.
I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing. So, ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, on the big three for a long time, and you know how they've been with me with that. I done made it, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing,
He has made it clear that these elites, who have kept people like him out of the spotlight, will be named and shamed soon.
What I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun.
Ice Cube has long been known as a champion for freedom of speech, never shying away from speaking his mind, even when it challenges the status quo. His fearless nature has led him to clash with Hollywood's gatekeepers, who try to control narratives and suppress voices that do not align with their agendas. Cube has continuously used his platform to call out the injustices and manipulation within the entertainment industry, and his refusal to back down has only made him more of a target. He's not afraid to expose those who have tried to silence him, including Oprah Winfrey. By speaking out on other platforms like Piers Morgan and Tucker Carlson, Ice Cube is taking his fight beyond the confines of Hollywood's controlled environment, speaking directly to the people. His willingness to confront these issues head-on has made him a voice for many who feel unheard and unseen in the industry.
Fight for what you believe in. And if you're a person who believes in freedom of speech, you have to fight and say what you feel and let the chips fall where they may, and stand on that. And, it may not be an easy road, but I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said this when that guy was there, or when I was there, I should have said that and I didn't. That haunts you more.
You can definitely say what the hell you like on this show. It's called Uncensored for a reason.
Well, that's why I'm here, man. That's
You've
what
always
I'm
been
all about.
uncensored. Let me ask you this. Is America more racist or less racist than when you were a kid?
I think it's pretty much the same, because it's institutionalized, and the institution takes on different faces, so to speak.
For many years, Hollywood has been a place where power and money determine who succeeds and who gets left behind. The powerful gatekeepers in Hollywood use their control over the industry to dictate who gets access to the big opportunities and who is blacklisted. Ice Cube, who has always valued his independence, has found himself excluded from various platforms due to his refusal to bow to the system's pressures. He understands how much influence these gatekeepers have, but he also knows the importance of exposing them to the world. The money and power in Hollywood are used not just to make films and shows, but to shape narratives, careers, and public perception.
Very few people in this country and in this world with the huge amounts of wealth are the ones who are able to control everything. And that's not a conspiracy theory, that's just the truth. You can look it up. That money is used to control artists and control media, and by doing so, they are then able to control all of us. We are all controlled by media in some way or another, between the films and the music that we consume, plays, art, as well as social media, news. All of those things are what shape our worldview. Money controls it all, and if a few people have the money, then they control the people. It's been exposed for decades that the music industry is incredibly toxic with regards to contracts and being able to control the image of their artists, be able to control what they want to write about, how they want to perform, how they dress, all of that stuff. And it's often even in contracts that they have like morality clauses where you're not allowed to do certain things because then you'll be in violation of your contract. It's common here, and it's very common like in areas like K-pop.
Oprah Winfrey has been a prominent figure in the media for decades, adored by millions for her charismatic presence and ability to connect with people. However, in recent years, Oprah's reputation has become increasingly controversial, especially among those in the entertainment industry who have felt the weight of her influence. Oprah has often been viewed as a gatekeeper in Hollywood with the power to make or break careers. Her involvement in many high-profile situations has led some to question her true motivations and the fairness of her actions. She has been accused of selectively choosing which stories and people get elevated while pushing others aside.
I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind the scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. You know, that's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary, that's negotiated by your team. And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in, and I believe that she would even vouch for that and say everybody being the greatest and rising to meet the rising of their own life. And so, I mean, all this stuff about there was something online about us being separated at the top of the Empire State Building. On that particular day, we were so cold. So I don't know what kind of body language people were talking about. I was like just trying to stay warm, and that was the fourth thing we had done. And so there's no validity to there being a thing between Taraji and I.
Oprah's influence in Hollywood has been undeniable, and for many, her word was law. Her show was once a platform where celebrities and everyday people could share their stories, but many have questioned whether it was really an open space. Critics argue that Oprah's show became a tool for promoting her own ideas and agenda, sometimes at the expense of others. By carefully selecting who appeared on her platform, Oprah was able to shape the public perception of certain people, causing her to be viewed as a powerful player behind the scenes.
Oprah is no longer in the business of staying up on the news. She's reading undoubtedly from blue cards her staff gave her. That's how the Oprah Winfrey Show was shot. Oprah didn't have to think of her own questions. It was all impromptu or on a blue card for Oprah. She doesn't know she's not making big news with this revelation. She said she'll sign the same shitty so-called border bill that they rejected last time because it would let 5,000 illegals over the border a day.
Yeah, this is the best she can do, by the way. When they give her the talking points in advance, when they say, we're going to have a girl stand up, that poor girl who talks about her childhood abuse. Mm-hmm. And what does Kamala do? Oprah, I don't know if you've heard this story, but you know when I was in high school, my best friend was being abused by her stepfather. And I said, we've heard this story so many times, and it makes me crazy because she is using this poor woman's abuse as a valorization of herself.
So true.
It's so disgusting.
One of the more controversial aspects of Oprah Winfrey's career is her involvement in the book, A Conversation with God, which has been criticized for promoting ideas that many feel were inappropriate or misleading. Critics argue that Oprah's promotion of this book, which presents unconventional spiritual ideas, caused many followers to unquestioningly accept beliefs that may not have been grounded in truth.
Alanis came to my house. I gave her a psychic reading. And so this is a promotion, again, of an anti-Christian agenda, an anti-Christ agenda that Oprah is pushing, because Neale Donald Walsch's book is not a conversation with God. It's a conversation with a demon. Whether Neale and Oprah are aware of that, or Alanis is aware of that or not. Neale Donald Walsch personally told me, and one of the times I was with him, that he got the messages, he'd hear them or receive them as thoughts, and he would write them down. And that's called trance channeling. That's what I did when I created my old blasphemous, heretical New Age books. Neale Donald Walsch writes that his God said, "I do not love good more than I love bad." He says, Hitler went to heaven. Hitler went to heaven, he says. When you understand this, you will understand God. And then Neale, in the italics here, says, "But I've been raised to believe that good and bad do exist, that right and wrong are opposed, and that some things are not okay, not all right, not acceptable in the sight of God." So his so-called God says everything is acceptable in the sight of God, for how can God not accept that which is? So this is a classic New Age belief, that everything's relative. There's nothing good nor bad. Now, who would want us to believe that? Of course, the devil would, because the devil is trying to lure us all into his lair, and the devil is competing with God to see how many souls he can deceive.
In recent years, there has been a growing awareness among the public about Oprah Winfrey's influence and her involvement in the Hollywood system. More people are questioning her role in perpetuating the same gatekeeping dynamics she claims to oppose.
I'm so glad the internet is waking up about this long forehead velociraptor looking ass bitch. I am so tired of Oprah, I really am. All these people in the world got a problem with you and you think you ain't the problem. Even Taraji. I mean, come on. Nobody becomes a billionaire by being ethical, baby. I'm just saying. Nobody becomes a billionaire by being ethical. So me seeing Oprah get dragged, I'm like, ooh, hit her again. Ooh, hit her again. Hit her again. Especially how she did them people in Maui talking about, I'm gonna pray for you while you got all them acres of land. Get the land away, baby. Faith without works is dead. Prayer without works is dead. Give the land back, baby. So anyway, it's been nice seeing the internet drag Oprah. I know Monique is so happy that the internet is finally waking up about Oprah. Like, she gives me the worst vibes ever. And the first red flag was that billionaire shit. That was the first red flag for me. But then she kept having issues with people, and people kept talking about their issues with her, and I was just like, ooh, you a real nasty type of woman.
Oprah Winfrey has faced criticism over the years for her treatment of black artists, with many accusing her of not being as supportive of them as she portrayed herself to be. In particular, some black artists have claimed that Oprah has contributed to their being blackballed in Hollywood. Ice Cube himself has mentioned how he was excluded from certain platforms and opportunities, which he attributes to the influence of people like Oprah.
He was consistently trying to sell different diet pills, miracle weight loss pills that simply did not work. Using your medical degree to sell junk diet pills, in my opinion, is disgusting. This kind of medical misinformation was most certainly not the only kind of misinformation that we would see on the Oprah Winfrey Show. We also saw a lot of spiritual manipulation and spiritual misinformation. In 2010, Oprah Winfrey brought on self-proclaimed spiritual healer onto the Oprah Winfrey Show named John of God. John of God caught a lot of media attention for allegedly being able to place his hands on people and heal them through the power of prayer. John of God would also perform surgeries with scissors and his bare hands, and the patients he was operating on would not receive any kind of pain relief or anesthesia. John of God did not have any kind of medical training or any kind of degree in the medical field whatsoever. He was simply a farmer who decided to travel through Brazil, living as a self-proclaimed spiritual healer and virtually a snake oil salesman. He began doing this in the late 70s, so by the time that Oprah caught wind of him, he had been doing his traveling spiritual healing for quite some time. When Oprah invited John of God onto the Oprah Winfrey Show, his public image raised exponentially.
Similarly, actress Monique has publicly accused Oprah of being a gatekeeper who uses her power to control who gets success and who doesn't. Critics argue that Oprah's actions have played a role in perpetuating the very system she often claims to fight against.
I need us all to give ourselves a round of applause for canceling Oprah last week.
Wrong. Y'all are late to the party. I know she was BSing when this came out. This had the black community in a chokehold. I'm a billionaire because I manifested it. Y'all are not manifesting. You need to speak that you're a billionaire and you will become one. I know what some of y'all are saying. You have to make a substantial change in the way that the world works to become a billionaire or inherit it. You may think, why was this playing in churches when she's a new age spiritualist? I don't know. In this, not shocked. Then on top of that, what she did to Monique was so vicious, Oprah wanted to exploit her, make her face her abuser of years for views. Monique wasn't having it. She said, I'm not doing that. All of a sudden, Monique can't get a single job. And this woman was running the 90s, early 2000s, running it. Don't get me started on Tyler Perry. Oh, if you don't know, on top of that, she's making money from the Maui fires. Mind you, she was part of the problem. She owned so much land on their land. And her and The Rock started a nonprofit so they can get that government assistance money, give some to the people, and then pocket the rest. Then ask us for more money. Oh, just now realizing, because I know Oprah been that girl for the longest time. As a kid, from The Secret alone, I knew she was full of crap.
Oprah Winfrey's role as a gatekeeper in Hollywood has often been tied to the control she exerts over careers, specifically within the African American community.
Church, in the past, Monique has made a point of distinguishing Monique the person from Monique the comedian, okay? Monique the person from Monique the comedian. Well, I'm here to tell y'all today that Monique the person needs to get Monique the comedian in check, okay? Because Monique the comedian is ruining it for both of y'all, okay? Now, for all of y'all that had lives and couldn't keep up, Monique the comedian went on yet another tirade against Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, okay? And for the full clip, please go on down to TMZ because I'm talented with wordplay, but there's only so much I can do on TikTok before they take the damn video down, all right? Now, there's an old country song that goes, 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Nobody gets too far like that. And every time that Monique goes on one of these damn tirades, that's literally the song that plays in my head, okay? Because Monique, you go on Shannon Sharp's show, okay? And you're intelligent, you're eloquent, you're calm, you're cool, you're collected, you make your case, you make a lot of sense, you get people on your side, and then you literally undo all of the goodwill that you've just done by going on these damn tirades, okay?
Her connections to influential figures like Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels have led some to question her motivations, as there have been allegations of her using her power to block certain people from finding success.
In the eternal words of Iyanla Vanzant, your behavior diminishes your message, okay? Now look, Monique, I don't know if you ever gonna get that damn apology from Oprah Winfrey or that money from Tyler Perry, but what I do know is this, you get more flies with honey than you do vinegar, okay? And I don't know a person alive that's gonna give you what you want when all you do is continue to insult them. Now y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation, and we'll talk later.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.